Greetings and salutations. Got a special treat tonight. It's called Shatterhand. I finally tried this game out after many years, and it's so cool and I like it so much that I thought I'd share it with you. Just take a quick look at this interesting little cutscene if it decides to come up. I don't know. There was a cutscene. Not much of one, but I think we should get it. This was also made by Natsume, who did Lufia and the Fortress, or Lufia and the Rise of the Sinistrals, which was probably one of my favorite Super Nintendo RPGs. So good company, at least as far as I know. I've only really seen a few games by them. So yeah, as you can see, this guy's pretty hardcore. He can block bullets with his forearm and punch guys. I'm not too sure about the source material. Supposedly it's an anime, and I kind of get the gist that it's some kind of anime about cyborgs or something like that. So this guy is a cyborg of some kind. You can kind of infer it from the... Let me get this thing here. You can kind of infer it from the cover art on the game, because you kind of see him like punching the letters in the title, and you can see like a metallic hand underneath his skin, so you know, it's kind of obvious that he's a cyborg. I'm fairly certain that the anime never really made it to the States here. But regardless, as far as the box art goes, there's actually a really amusing AVGN video concerning that. And as you can see, you also get these cool robot helpers, who are very helpful. Not getting hit would also be helpful. This is not a particularly hard game. It's kind of tricky at some points. It's the kind of game where you kind of have to strategize and know what you're doing, which is what I like in a game. It reminds me a lot of stuff like Ninja Gaiden and Castlevania, along those lines. More so than that, I would probably say it reminds me of the Batman game for the NES, which is really quite an excellent game that I advise Batman fans and fans of side-scrollers and NES games to check out. It has that vibe going for it. You do have to be careful with your robot, because enemies can kill it, and will kill it. And it's quite an asset, as you can see. There's different ones depending on what letters you collect. I think those are the Greek letters, Alpha and Beta. Feel free to correct me, I'm not an expert on Greek. And we can cling to these grates here, or fences, or whatever they are. That took me a little while to figure out how that worked exactly. I really thought it was like some kind of Ninja Gaiden style. Oh no. So my guy was taking damage there. I thought it was some kind of Ninja Gaiden style wall climb. I didn't even need to bother with that. I know I'm trying to kill it. Hopefully we'll see another one of those shooting guys in this area. I did want to demonstrate something. And I don't remember what we collected, so we'll collect this. What do we got? Oh, we got this one. Yeah, so you do get different ones depending on the order of letters. And here's our first boss, M. Bison. M. Bison's cooler brother. Maybe not cooler. Depends on how you see things. This sword guy is not working out for me. I actually did this guy with the flamethrower on a run recently, so I have practiced a bit. This isn't all just... Wow, he is powerful though. That sword is... I did practice with the flamethrower and it really devastated this guy, but actually the sword did well in and of itself. So, we'll do another level. And then I'll wrap it up for tonight and continue on from there. Another day. This is really cool. Unfortunately, like, it does kind of have like this Mega Man stage select going for it. Unfortunately, I don't think it has any real effect on the gameplay, other than you can kind of just get used to the game, and, you know, if you can't figure something out now, maybe, you know, you'll get a little better at playing it and be able to do it later. So, we'll start with this one because I practiced this one. Regardless, I like how the scene works, it's cool. This is a later game in the NES. Lifespan. Oh, these guys always get me. You can't really tell when they shoot. I think this is 91 or 92. And by that time they were really making some nice games. And it was, you know, Super Nintendo was already a thing by then. But I remember I still got some mileage out of my NES. Oh, that's not good. Sometimes that happens. Oh, better get that. I did get a little extra mileage. I'll show you can punch those if you're quick. The guy looks like one of the officers from the Star Wars movies. For the Empire, of course. Now we're coming up on a tough part here. This guy gave me quite a bit of trouble. Ugh. One of the things with this game is jumping is generally not a whole lot, like a very wise decision to try to jump out of the way of things. He's kind of oafy as far as that goes. So you really want to try to duck or just move out of the way. It almost always works. You can see it's not bad, but he doesn't have as much control as, say, Mega Man or Mario or Ryu from Ninja Gaiden over his jumps, so... Even as evasion, they're not the best thing. Although it does work in some cases. Some cases you have to jump. So it's knowing when to do what. Or is it what to do when? Hopefully we won't die in here. I did just run through this level and get through it without too much trouble. Fortunately, my life is kind of low. Because shizzle happens. Shizzle happens in the hood. The hood. I didn't want the sword guy again. I keep putting it as a combination. I do like him, but I would have preferred... There's another one, there's a laser. I think I would have preferred that. Okay. There we go. I had a lot of trouble with that part. Until I figured out how to... Oh no! I see, I was trying to avoid taking the hit there. Oh good. So... I just gotta do this. Without dying. Okay. Oh. Okay. Gotta relax. We can do this. There we go. Another big oafy robot up there. These conveyor belts do make life tricky. Those remind me so much of the things in Batman. And that guy just took a lot of damage. It's not good. What am I doing? Oh no. I haven't quite gotten the hang of that yet. And these dudes are not gonna let me just hit them, are they? Oh no. Run! Run for your life. Okay, so I got the red thing. Does that even matter? Probably not. There we go, yeah. So I died. That was pretty bad. You really have to kind of control the fight there. Which I didn't do very well. And of course the robot I had was a very poor choice. I've decided I'm going to invest in a capture card because then I can use another machine record this, because for whatever reason I've noticed that must be what I'm using in the software. It just gets very finicky, I guess you can say. I get a lot of little graphical glitches, although this setup I'm using right now is far better than what I was doing with Mega Man 2. So, I'll be switching over to a capture card fairly soon, and I can also get some footage off of original hardware doing that as well, so beneficial in many ways. You can even do some newer stuff. Do some Xbox 360. My opinion, that's starting to become a retro console. Not everything on it, I would think, would count exactly, but you know, it's not the new kid on the block anymore. That's That's one thing that's kind of annoying about this game is these bots. Like, you can't really... It's hard to control them at times. That's okay. Here we go. Oh, that was, not very good either. For some reason I handled them very adeptly the first time. This time, not so much. And we lost him. This is probably the easiest boss in the game right here. It does have two forms, however. This is kinda... This is kind of easy too, because it will follow your movements. And if I could just hit it. But you can get pretty close to it, actually. And you just keep doing this. I don't know what the color change means. But yeah, you just do that. That's one thing about the game. Bosses aren't bad, but some of them are a little too easy. So there we have it. That is my first foray into Shatterhand. Not too bad. I could have performed a little bit better on that one section there. That's something I'm going to have to get the hang of, is grabbing those fences in the background. I don't quite have it down pat yet. And I get the feeling that we're going to need to know that. Because this game seems like I have peaked at later levels, and it seems like it gets a little bit harder as we go on. Of course, I mean by later levels, what we have to pick from here. They are lettered like A, B, C, D, E, so I guess that's kind of the suggested order. And the one with the forest over on the bottom left is the one I did, this one right here. It was tricky. It wasn't terribly easy, so life will get a little tougher in this game. And we'll probably need to have our moves down pat by then. This is... really only played it a little bit. I did the first level, second level we just did, and peeked ahead just to learn the game so the video would be watchable. Anyway, that's enough Shatterhand for tonight. I really enjoyed playing this, and as usual, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, good luck and happy gaming.